Hey, welcome back to episode 2 of Video Marketing with Josh and Mike. I'm Josh.
And I'm Mike.
And we're going to tell you why you are wasting money.
So one of the big things is how people are wasting money is they're wasting time. As we all know, the old adage, time is money.
That's right.
Quite literally. You can be doing a bunch of other things like coming up with new ads for new campaigns that you want to run, new things that you want to do to sell, coming up with new products or services, all kinds of different things that you can come up with. And I'm sure that you know what you can do with your time because you're already in business, you're already making money. And if you had more time, like all of us say, if I just had more time, if I had more employees, if I had more whatever. So time is money. And I believe that a lot of us are wasting that time on answering a whole bunch of questions that we answer over and over and over and over again.
And over again and over again. So one question would be, what are you guys doing on this show? And in case you're joining us for the first time, this is our show about video marketing for small businesses. And we are talking about why you are wasting your money. So as Mike said, a lot of us business owners or just employees in the business are wasting money answering the same questions over and over again. And you need to identify what those frequently asked questions are in your business and figure out how you can save time. And that's what we are going to be talking about today. So the problem is that a lot of us tend to answer the same question. And so for us working in the creative space, one of those questions are, what are your prices? And so we, spend lots of time answering this question. And we love our clients. We love clients to call us and talk to us and ask us questions so we can eventually help them with a service. But we have to identify what are the questions that they just want answered and the questions that they need it's a quick answer. What are your prices? Well, there's a number, right? Like there's a package, there's something. And so you can get people to answer that question because what are most people doing at that point? They're researching.
Yeah.
You think about how you go to buy something. The other day I was looking for, to hire someone to take care of something around the house. And I'm sitting there analyzing the buyer's journey that I'm going on as I'm doing this and thinking like, okay, is there anything I'm doing that I'm like, ooh, I need to fix that in my business so that as someone else is looking to buy my service, they're able to find those answers.
Yep.
So.
Yep. And the thing is that usually when we're talking about most commonly asked questions, you could just spout those off right off the top of your head. Easy. Oh yeah, it's this, this, and this. I answer that question at least 4 or 5 times a week. And those are the things. Yeah, or a day, And those are the things that we're talking about because you will sit and you will answer those questions. And in this day and age, you're probably doing through DMs or text, rarely in person. And that's like, the ease of business. Now we don't have to, as consumers, we don't have to go, see you in face to face because then you're going to try to sell me something, trying to get your salesman on and blah, 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 blah.
Right.
So they'll approach us through text or email, DMs, all that good stuff. All that can be saved in, answering questions and talking by what we say, making videos. You make videos for your most frequently asked questions. You're addressing that problem once for all. You can get very thorough with it, especially if it's something that you've been asked a million times. It's like, okay, I know the ins and outs of this question. I know what you're going to ask me. I know how you're going to ask it. I know what specific part you want to know about. And I can do that in a video, a very clear and concise video. And I can put that on my website. I can put that on my Instagram page. I can put that on wherever you're at.
Yep.
And if they do ask you, I know I have some of our professionally produced videos in my iPhone. So if somebody hits me in the DMs, I just send them, whoop, and they get that professionally produced video the DM, and it answers their question. So
what you're saying, Mike, is the problem is that we're wasting time.
Wasting all kinds of time.
And the solution is to put the answers to those frequently asked questions on video.
Yeah, because if you give me 10 paragraphs, like what we've said right now in the 5 minutes that we've been rolling is paragraphs upon paragraphs of information.
Right.
And if you're explaining something to somebody, and you want to be clear and concise, like we just said, then you're talking about paragraphs and paragraphs of information that people are not going to read. You already know this. This is a day and age where we want things quick, now, fast, instant. And so if I could watch a short 4 or 5 minute video, answers my question.
Absolutely. And as a business owner, you have to be thinking about what are the things that are going to happen as you save that time, because we think, oh man, it's gonna take my time to sit here and answer these questions and make these videos. And yes, it will. It will take. It is an investment of time and of money to get this done. Whether that's just money paying your staff to do things or money hiring a production company like us to make these videos. But we'll get into that in a minute. But the thing that you have to understand is, yes, you're going to spend the time, but it's just like learning a new skill or just like any other investment you make in your business. It hurts a little at first, but then you see the rewards. Mm-hmm. And when you take those frequently asked questions, put them onto a video, you start saving yourself time.
Lots of time.
And so for example, on the wedding side of our business, because that is something that we do, we have started putting this kind of stuff into practice. So if a bride comes to our website and wants to know what's our prices, in the old Evermoore years ago, they would call us on the phone. I'd have a half-hour conversation with them where I try to, build up the value before I give them that sticker shocking price, because we're not the cheapest. And then they go, oh, and so I've spent 30 minutes, and then I still get the sticker shock because they're like, well, that's just not in my budget. No matter how nice you are and how good you are at explaining it, it's just not in my budget. And so I'm wasting that time.
Yes, I wanted to bring that up real quick
Oh
because
my gosh.
that's something that a lot of people, not only did you just waste time, in the initial 30 minutes to explain it, and then somebody else will come the next time and you'll spend another 30 minutes explaining that one.
Right.
But then you don't get a sale out of it. Now that's wasted time. And then it's like, so you were also wasting time on all the looky-loos, on all
Yes.
the potentials. You can get that out of the way quickly if you just made the video, and there's two ways to do it. You could DIY it or you could professionalize it. And we want to tell you how to DIY it, and I think you already know. But it's still answering the question. It's still addressing the problem. So it can get those who are looky-looing, ridiculous name.
Looky-looing.
But
that's all right.
But those
we
who
make
are,
words too.
Yeah, we do that too. If you want to hire us for some coffee, give us a call. But yeah, so it can get them out of the way so it can make way for people who are like, I really do have a question. Maybe it's not in my budget, but now the questions that reach you are the ones that are potential.
Yes.
That have some real potential.
Because if you take all those initial questions, the sitting on the fence questions, the questions that people are asking in that initial research phase, on one hand, we want to get into a sales conversation with everyone who's potentially interested. But on the other hand, well, to take the wedding side of it, for example, we used to get about 200 wedding inquiry phone calls a year. Just for weddings, we get about 200 people a year, either emailing us or calling us saying, what are your prices? And that's the question. Sometimes it's, and here's my date, and are you available, whatever. But it's always the question, what are your prices? Because we didn't put anything out there. And so we have transitioned now to where our pricing is available on our website. You put in your email address, you get access to the pricing. And as soon as you put in your email address and get access to that pricing, what's the first thing you get taken to? A video. And the video explains the pricing, explains the packages. And then you click, and then you watch that video, oh, cool. And then you click on the button, now let me see the actual prices. You click that, takes them to another video that walks through the different types of packages that we have. So that not only on that page do they see the prices, but they see a quick little 2 or 3 minute video explaining what is in those different packages. Because we had put the pricing online, but then the call we were getting was, well, what's the difference between this and this? And so we made a video to answer that question. And now we're spending that much less time explaining those basic concepts to someone. So now when we have a actual, sales call with a potential bride or groom, the conversation is not, what are your prices? It's not, well, how does this work? It's, well, help me pick what's best for me. Yeah. And so what used to be, a 2-hour meeting when we meet with couples is now typically about a 30-minute meeting. And that's with people who are pre-qualified. And those meetings usually lead to sales. Yeah. And so we have a very good, closing rate on those meetings because we've pre-qualified through video, through answering those FAQs on video. Yep. So that when we get into that conversation, we already know you're working with someone who is going to book somebody. Yeah. They're prepared to pay the price that you're asking. Yep. They just need a little additional clarity that you do need that human interaction for. You can't automate everything. Yes. But you can automate a lot of things, and automation doesn't just mean robots. It also means putting frequently asked questions on video so that people can get those answers quickly.
And anything else that, somebody has a question about that you realize, oh, or you're coming up with new things. If you're coming up with new things and you're like, you put that in the packages or you put that in whatever it is that you offer, and they start asking you questions about it, and you start to see, oh, this is now a more frequently asked question.
Right.
Video, boom, knock it out. So that this way, whatever comes back to you, like Joshua said, it's a qualified lead that has a higher percentage rate of leading to a close and making money on it. And it's like we said in the last video before, and we keep saying, if you're making videos that aren't converting and you're a business and you're making these videos for your business and they're not converting into sales or potential leads, qualified leads, you're really wasting your time and money. So
and just to jump on that, there are different purposes for videos, and that's where we jump back to that strategy thing that we talked about in the first video. And we're going to keep coming back to strategy because you have to know your goals. Because your goal may be to drive sales, in which case that's the metric you're measuring. Your goal might be just brand awareness, in which case driving sales is not the goal. So that there are places, we're saying you're wasting your money on videos that don't convert in the context of videos that are designed to help you close deals. Mm-hmm. But there are videos designed for other things, but you do need to know the purpose and goal of each of those videos, whether it's to drive sales or not, because that is definitely important.
Yep.
But we want to make sure that in these videos that we're making, you're saving time by creating an online buyer's journey. It's available, it's on demand, it's whenever they want it, because as we looked at, just because we keep using this as an example, when we looked at the wedding side of our business and we looked at statistics and kind of figuring out, what are people doing and when are they doing it and when are people signing contracts, all this stuff, we found that most brides were doing things late at night. We don't work late at night. And so that's part of the reason for our online automation push is because we found that we need to have the answers accessible to clients when they want them, where they want them, at the time they want them, and at their own pace. So that's where these FAQ videos come into play. You put them on your website, and at 2 in the morning, when your potential customer is researching you, and they're comparing you and a competitor, and you've got 10 FAQ videos where they can watch quick. Okay, cool. I see what this guy does. That sets you apart from the competition.
Yep.
So that's a great solution. And now we'll talk about
that segues into DIY.
Exactly.
Because
how do we do this?
And you already kind of know. You're like, I got a phone. I can shoot with my iPhone, Galaxy, whatever. And yeah, you absolutely can. And like right now, we have a nice little light on us off to the side of the camera. Find a window in your house during the day or in your office, wherever you're working. Mm-hmm. If you have a light, cool. Get a decent looking light, and make yourself some videos on your phone. But like as Josh was just saying, these people who are ever shopping for your product are all not shopping at the same time, your product or your service, and they need a central place to where they can access this video.
Yeah.
Right. If you just put it on your Instagram or your Facebook
or your YouTube,
it can get lost in the feed. Right? If you put it on your website, and I hope you have a website.
A what?
A website.
Oh.
I hope you have a website because, of course, Instagram and Facebook, mainly Instagram, is just a huge magnet for leads, right? But if you want to start answering questions, if you want to start charging more, and you want a central place that everybody can go, because as you know, we've all seen it on YouTube, any one of these platforms can take what you have and just shut you down without a reason.
Wait,
and now
that's my content, Mike.
Yeah, and even though it's your content, it's not your platform, and that's the problem.
But it's the internet. It's free. It's a public service.
It's your internet. No, it's Al Gore's internet.
It's Facebook's internet, and it's Google, and these are private companies, and like it or not,
they can do whatever they want.
They can take your page down. They can take your content down. There can be an error.
And yeah, there can be an error. I've actually, people that I have followed, it was an error, and they were making a lot, 6 figures on their platform. And it's just like, and it was a stark realization of how quickly it can end. And so if you're running a business on there, always point them to your website so that there's one central location. It's like, you keep up with me on Instagram, great, but you want answers to questions? Go to my website, and whatever you make in your Instagram, your Facebook, your socials, you can point them back in the end to your website where there are more answers to more questions on my website. So you can, like I said, get a phone, get to a nice light source so it doesn't look, garbage, and make sure you're at least decently close to your phone. You don't want to be too far away from your phone because you want a full body shot, and now the sound is horrible. No, you want to get close enough to your microphone, or you can invest in a little lavalier set microphone that you can get on Amazon for $25. There's all kinds of ways, and if you want to know more about that, please let us know, and we can go deep into cheap DIYs ways to do it. And just like putting on a suit, if you want to put on a nice suit and present yourself the best way that you can, we can be that suit for you when it comes to video, and we can produce super nice quality videos for you and your company that you can host on your website and occasionally throw them on your socials or whatever.
And we can also produce high quality but extremely affordable basic professional videos. And we have packages. If you go on our website and look at our video packages for our corporate video production, we've got packages starting at $100 for exactly this type of video, an FAQ. It's a talking head video. You come to the studio, you're in and out in 15 minutes, professional video, lighting, sound, and you're able to just spout off your answers real quick and minimal editing. And we're able to deliver you a video that you can then turn around and put up. And it's a lot better than what you can do on your phone, but it doesn't cost a lot more. And so we do have options like that. Obviously, we can also produce much higher end content. If you guys are looking for multiple cameras and the whiz bang and all the good stuff that takes it to the next level, as long as that's going to be, back to strategy, an effective video for you, it's a good return on your investment. I mean, if you want to throw money at us, we'll take it, but we never want to waste your money. We want our clients to trust us, and we want to be able to create videos that are going to be helpful for you, will help you generate return on that investment, and will ultimately help you guys grow your business.
Yeah, man.
Well, I think that's it. You want to close it out, Mike?
Yeah, just remember that overall picture, every video that you make needs to convert into sales or be driving towards that long-term goal of gaining more customers, which will then in turn lead to more sales. So if you're just making videos to look cool, don't waste your time. Don't waste your money. Yeah. And in this particular project that we're talking about is answering questions, frequently asked questions that you're wasting your time on, which is invaluable, and time is money, and you can be wasting that. And the other thing is, let's just say that you had enough time. At the end, one day you're going to get burnt out, and so save your sanity and your mental health as well. Get it all done in one shot. Answer the questions that you know like the back of your hand. Put it on a video, host it on your website, and knock that out so that you can address now the more pertinent questions that your clients have. And this way, overall big picture, that's great, excellent customer service. You're helping your people through the chain all the way down to a sale. And obviously, if customer service is a thing, then you want your client to be happy. And if they're happy, you're happy, because that client will come back if they need anything else from you.
Absolutely. And if you can stop wasting your time and wasting your money answering questions that you can easily put on video, then that is a great takeaway from today's episode. Stop wasting money, make videos, and whether you want to make them yourself or whether you want to hire a production company to get that done for you, make sure you get that done, because it is a problem where you are losing time and money every day that you don't have these videos. So make sure that you get that done. And with that, we're out.
We're out.